Hello, and welcome to another episode of What Does This Button Do? A series where I play video games passionately, but not with a lot of skill.
I watch.
I'm Rhiannon.
And I'm Sigma.
And tonight we're going to be hopping back into Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane. We're going to be starting Case 3 tonight.
Which, might I say, is an excellent case to start on Labor Day weekend.
Okay. Hello,
Hey,
Z. Hope you're feeling a little better. I know you've been sick. Hey, let me... Episode 3, let's go.
Oh.
Is this me or you?
This is you.
I'm sorry, Tyrion. There were so many things that I wanted to tell you. So many things that I wanted to show you. But I'm afraid that I can't do that now. I need you to be strong now. This world is bleak, merciless, and unforgiving. But I've seen you. I know how bright the light within you is. Use my eyes. Peer beyond the divine gate as I once did. Use it to reclaim the future.
Be strong, Tyrion. Be strong for Mother.
You have to kill all of the serious moments.
Yes.
Episode 3, The Origins of Horus.
Preposterous. Completely and utterly preposterous.
Is something wrong, Lord Von Sanctus?
You filthy rat! You cheated, didn't you? That's right. You're just a cheat. A cheat and a charlatan.
Who's this Warbirds-looking-ass guy back here?
Is David Chad?
Do you have any evidence to prove that ridiculous claim?
I mastered chess before you could crawl out of whatever rat hole you came from.
Ah.
Did you honestly expect anyone to believe that you could defeat me?
Honestly, I'm just as disappointed as you are. I was expecting more of a challenge from House Von Sanctus. But I suppose all the gold in the world can't buy you a modicum of skill.
Damn, Tyrion Cuthbert out here dropping shade.
You little upstart!
Von Sanctus's acquaintance clears his throat and gestures subtly to the crowd of spectators. Everyone's attention is on him, and you can see the crowd muttering amongst themselves. I imagine you can hear it also. His undignified behavior probably isn't doing any favors for his public image. Realizing himself, he tries to regain his composure.
It's preposterous.
He walks away, muttering the word preposterous under his breath a few more times.
You keep saying that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Either that or it's his version of Rivali's asinine.
Which, I mean...
He only really says once, but...
people do love to roll with it, yes.
It sounds like he's trying to reassure himself more than anyone else. So, that was something.
Yeah, I knew that he'd get angry, but I didn't expect him to make a scene like that.
Well, you did insult him. Not to say that he didn't deserve it.
Ah, come on. I love seeing these conceited nobles lose their minds when I beat them. It's half the fun of playing these tournaments.
Wow, where's this confidence when we're in the courthouse?
That's... Court cases are different. I have to deal with real-world elements during a trial, and that includes Professor Steelwind.
Professor?
Prosecutor. I've had a long week, and I still kind of wish I couldn't feel my legs.
Prosecutor Steelwind, huh? I wonder if she plays chess. Now there's a thought. You wonder if she'd be willing to play against you sometime. Can't be any worse than these pampered nobles. At any rate, we should celebrate somewhere in town. Even if he was a pushover, you'd just be one of the top-ranked chess players in the kingdom. To be honest, you had your reservations about returning to the city of Aranax. If you weren't facing one of the four pillars, you would have never come back here. You'd rather leave this city as soon as possible. I saw a cafe while we were walking around. The food smelled great. I'd really like to go there.
We could always go to one of the cafes in the capital. There are plenty of places to choose from there.
Trust me, I've traveled around the world. There's nothing better than food from a thriving port city.
You ain't wrong. Alright. I suppose there's no harm in staying a little longer.
He does have a point. The city streets seem livelier than when you last saw them. You see a lot of businesses that weren't here before, and they all seem to be very well off. Despite being a port city, Aranax used to look like a ghost town. Has the local nobility been investing in the city? You find that possibility very hard to believe. You arrive at the cafe that Celeste told you about. It's so cute!
Isn't it?
As you enter, you're struck by a powerful aroma of freshly baked pastries and coffee. I'm down. The scent of the baked goods swirls around you. You take a moment to inhale the enticing smells.
I find it hard to get into a coffee shop if there isn't a bunch of cars out front.
You have to admit that it's making you very hungry, while no accounting for taste.
This'll be you.
So, you seek to enter the domain of... Fire? So, you seek to enter the domain of the Deathbringer songstress.
Hammier.
Well, if glory is what you seek, then look no further.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
For you stand before Musorika Tudor, Dark Lord of Aranax. As you head further into the cafe, you're approached by a familiar face.
Hello, Shortstaff.
Ah.
Rika? Is that you?
Ha! It appears that my reputation precedes me.
Oh god, she's acting with her whole body now.
It helps.
It does, though.
How good of you to... Wait, you're... Tyrion? You're back!
Hi.
Why didn't you tell anyone that you were back in town?
She's adorable.
Do you have any idea how worried we've all been? Do you two know each other?
Right.
Hello, Ifrit!
Yeah, she's basically the resident red mage. More on that later. Celeste, this is Musorika Tudor. I was friends with her when I lived here many years ago.
Wait, you used to live here?
Yeah. Oranax is actually the town I grew up in.
What? But you were in such a hurry to leave before. You came here to eat, right? If you're still hungry, I can bring you some of our best dishes on the house.
No, I couldn't possibly.
Come on, don't be like that. It's been years since I've seen you. And you know how good my food is.
Okay, but only for a little while.
Does that hat have a mouth? I don't
No,
think
that's a
so?
hat band.
know. Rika sets a table for the three of you and calls over a waiter.
Remember, kids, pareidolia can happen to anyone.
You all place your orders. Now, tell me everything. I want to know all about what you've been doing since you left. It does look like a goofy-looking sorting hat, you are correct.
I mean, listen, she is committed to the whole goofy melodramatic maid thing.
He's committed to the bit.
And I'm committed to the booba!
Okay, dear.
I should be committed.
You should.
Moon of wizard hats!
And you said that unless it's a crime scene, examining doesn't really give us any more than flavor text. So.
Yeah, usually.
So, are you going to introduce us?
I thought I just did. Anyway, right. This is Celeste McCoy. She's my bodyguard.
Bodyguard?
And Celeste, this is...
Ha! As if I need such introductions.
Oh god, here we go again.
I am Masarika Tudor, the Dark Lord of Aranax, High Archmagi of the Cadmium Flames, and the proud proprietor of this cafe.
I'll never understand how you keep all those straight.
Also, Lord, but she's female identifying, or seems to be.
We've played Three Houses, we've seen a female emperor.
True. Magi? Should be magus. Magi is plural.
You know this. I know this.
He doesn't know this.
She may very well not know this.
Oh. Okay.
I cannot begin to stress enough that for all of her grandeur, she is, in fact, just a cafe owner. Archmages! She's not a fairy!
That got me so bad I skipped a line.
I was friends with her when I used to live here. She's a little eccentric, but she's a good person at heart.
Hey!
She's also a common folk mage, like you.
Ah, so you come from the same humble beginnings that I do. Which spells have you mastered? I haven't really mastered any of them. I know about 7 spells, though. 7? That's almost 4 times the amount that I know. So she knows 2. Yeah, I'm trying. Or I need to.
You are.
Because I'm trying to differentiate her from Celeste. I accidentally made their voices too similar.
I mean, I'd go higher just because she's shorter.
She's learned even more spells?
Listen, she's very good at this.
Okay, so apologies while I get into Rita's voice.
She's kind of difficult when you've already... Like, I really can't help but imagine her and Celeste having similar voices to begin with.
She's been picking them up rather quickly. I've been usurped!
Yes. There it is.
You're
right, she only knew the one, like, a month ago.
She's a prodigy, what can we say? Look at you, Mr. Big Shot! You're wearing a suit now, and you even have a bodyguard! Did you get an office job in the big city?
Something like that. I'm actually a defense attorney now.
Defense attorney? I see. Is that why you left town with that scary lady? Scary lady? Are you talking about Ruby?
Ms. Tymora adopted me when my mother passed several years ago. After that, she began training me to become an attorney like her.
Wait, you've been studying to be an attorney since you were a kid? Well, I guess that explains why you're so young for a lawyer.
Said the 19-year-old mercenary?
Yeah, I guess you've got me there. And the 19-year-old cafe owner?
Slightly more believable. Let's be honest. Are you the owner of this cafe, Rika? You always spoke about opening one when we were kids.
She tried to learn explosion, but it backfired on the bright side. She repaired the damages to the orphanage.
Task failed successfully.
Yep, and it's all thanks to the Dracogen.
Dracogen.
Yeah, all thanks to the Dracogen Trading Company. The company's owner invested in my business idea after trying my food. Because of him, I was able to open up here, just like I've always dreamed. Dracogen Trading Company? I don't think I've heard of them. They're pretty small right now, and they're only operating in Arnax. But I hear that they're planning to expand their operations throughout Wyverngard. But I would have thought that Lord Von Sanctus would have weeded out any competition. After all, he owns one of the largest businesses in the kingdom.
Lord Von Sanctus? Isn't he that pompous noble that I beat in the chess tournament this morning?
Wait, that was you?
I didn't even know he was a businessman.
Von Sanctus Industries invented those arcane constructs that we saw at the Imperial Academy. How do you not know about these things? You practically fight against nobles for a living. Maybe you should start reading more about national politics.
Good advice in general, but, yes, especially for a lawyer. Is it just me, or does the city look less depressing than before?
Oh, right! You left the city before the new merchants appeared.
New merchants? Like, from a merchant's guild?
Yeah! The Dracogen Trading Company was one of the first ones. They started operating here and bought the Arcane Refinery a few years ago. After that, merchants from all over Wyverngard started coming here. Well, being based in a port city would definitely give them an edge. It's so hard to switch between their voices.
I don't know what to tell you.
And their presence has really helped the city's economy. They aren't owned by the nobility, and they pay their employees a lot more than Von Sanctus does. It's really improved the quality of life for the people here. I doubt Von Sanctus appreciates the competition, though.
Okay.
There's even talk about forming employee-run unions.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Unionize! Unionize!
This is a pro-labor Let's Play channel. Just thought you all ought to know.
Oh, Von Sanctus definitely won't appreciate that.
Too bad. Union time.
So, you still play chess?
Yeah, I'm nationally ranked, too.
I heard that an upstart commoner defeated Lord Von Sanctus at a tournament this morning. But I had no idea they were talking about you.
Upstart commoner?
The name suits you, Tyrion. Hey, do you still do that thing when you play?
No.
What thing?
Nothing. She's not talking about anything.
Wait! You're actually embarrassed about it? When we were kids, you did it even more than I did! What? What did he used to do? Why don't you show her, Tyrion?
I'd rather not.
Come on, show us, Tyrion! Peer pressure! Peer pressure! Do the thing!
The thing! I think I'm a little too old for this.
You're never too old to tap into your inner Toonie? I don't know what that means.
It means she's a weeb.
Do it, Tyrion! Yeah, do it!
Do it.
The two of them begin chanting, trying to pressure you. Do it! Do it! Do it! It draws the attention of the other patrons in the cafe.
Which doesn't help, because then they start chanting do it.
They don't seem to care about the confused looks that they're getting. Don't Naruto run!
I've got good news. It's not a Naruto run. I've got bad news. It's worse than a Naruto run.
It seems that you don't have a choice. You take in a deep breath.
Those who stand in the shadows, those who fear the light of divinity.
Oh no!
Your Imperials will fall and your armies will perish. Kneel and cower before the divine gaze of the Eye of Horus.
They're trying their hardest to contain their laughter.
Yeah, that's why I don't do it anymore. I told you! I told you! I warned you about the stairs, bro! I told you!
My god. I thought we were gonna get a freaking magical girl transformation. After a speech like that.
I mean, listen. Masorik is already here. Well, that's why I don't do it anymore.
No, that was great.
I'm never gonna live
It
this down.
was really cool, Tyrion.
Nope, never living it down.
Her poorly contained laughs are coming out between each word.
And why are you laughing? You were just doing it a moment ago.
Yeah, but she owns it. You used to say something else before, too. I won't let anyone stand in my way, even if they're a man, king, or god. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I do still do that one.
He still says that sometimes. Oh, looks like our order's here. A waiter brings in the lunch special for each of you. The enticing aroma of the meals makes you salivate a little. Yum. You gladly devour the meal. Rika's cooking is just as delicious as you remembered.
Can't talk. Breadsticks in face.
You spend some more time catching up with her while you finish your meal. As your conversation continues, you and Celeste regale her with stories of your past court cases. I don't know why you is capitalized there, but okay.
Typo.
No, really? Yep, it turned out it was the headmaster the entire time. Wow, I would have never figured that out. How did you know, Tyrion? Maybe he saw it with his Eye of Horus. You nearly choke on your drink before you realize what she's actually referring to.
She's on to me! No, wait. No, she's just onto the ham.
You've heard of obfuscating stupidity, but now it's obfuscating with stupidity. Or is that basically the same thing and I'm stupid?
That's basically the same thing.
I am the stupid, it is me.
Are you sure it's not just obfuscatery?
Maybe. But wow, I can't believe it! Never thought court cases could be that dramatic. You finish your meal as you continue to tell Rika more about your cases. It's nice being able to talk with her again.
Friendship.
You tried so hard to leave everything behind after what happened. But you're happy that she seems to be doing well.
Well, it's been nice catching up with you, Rika. But I think it's time for us to get going.
What? But we just got here! Oh. It's okay. I'm sure you're pretty busy nowadays. I won't keep you any longer. But be sure to write, okay? Don't just go and disappear like last time.
Yeah, I'll stay in touch.
You better. You exit the cafe and make your way to the local Merchants Guild to rent a carriage. We're doing this again? The city streets seem to be a bit more crowded than usual. It's a little difficult to make your way through them. Hey, Tyrion?
Yeah?
Celeste is fidgeting with her hands. She looks like she wants to say something, but every time she starts to speak, she quickly stops herself. This happens a few more times before she seems to give up. Never mind. It's nothing.
Okay.
You both continue to walk silently as you make your way to the Merchants Guild. As you make your way there, the streets become more and more crowded. You hope the traffic won't interfere with the ride home. It definitely will.
Oh, it's gone.
Hi! Could we rent a carriage for travel to Rathel?
Hey, it's me again. Sorry, but travel outside of the city is temporarily closed.
What? Why?
Haven't you heard? The Knights of the Kingsguard have locked down the city. Set up a blockade and everything. Check the city gates if you don't believe me.
As you arrive at the city gates, you see the blockade that the merchant was talking about. A crowd of disgruntled townsfolk are angrily shouting at the knights stationed there.
This is outrageous!
How long do you plan on keeping us here?
Sorry, but we have our orders, and nothing to report. We can't let anyone outside the city until our investigation is complete.
There's an investigation? Did something happen?
Can you at least tell us what's going on? Why is the entire city being blockaded? Sorry, sir, we're just not allowed to release that information. You'll just have to make other arrangements while we sort this out. Actually, I haven't seen you two around before. I'll need to take down your names and occupations for our records.
What? Why?
Because I have something to report now. It's you. Congratulations. It's fine, Celeste. We're better off just cooperating with them.
It's an invasion of privacy, but you'd rather not resist orders from the Kingsguard. It's just your name and job title.
I'm Tyrion Cuthbert. I'm a defense attorney.
Ugh, fine. I'm Celeste McCoy, bodyguard.
Thanks.
You look over to the other Kingsguard. They seem to be taking notes of the people here, too. They must be making a list of everyone inside the city. But for what reason? Aranax blockade. A blockade has been created around the city of Aranax. This blockade is preventing anyone from leaving or entering the city. The Kingsguard have taken careful note of everyone that is currently contained within the blockade.
I have an important engagement tomorrow. What am I supposed to do now?
This can't possibly be legal! The townsfolk continue shouting at the knights. But it's clear they won't be budging anytime soon. Ugh, what do we do now? You notice that it's starting to get late.
We don't know how long the city will be blockaded. We should find a place to stay overnight, just in case.
You walk into a nearby tavern and see it absolutely crowded with patrons, because now everyone needs a place to stay. Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
Hey, welcome to the Egwin Tavern. Yep, I work here too. What can I do for you?
Could we get 2 rooms for the night?
Sorry, can't even spare 1 room. We're completely full with the blockade.
Wait, Let me take care of this. Celeste takes out a large pouch of gold and plops it on the innkeeper's desk.
Well, would you look at that? One of our rooms just opened up.
Only one?
Hey, the entire city's locked down.
Visual gag for a for a face camless Let's Play, but we both just started grinning at each other.
Yeah, we all know where this trope goes.
This guy hates Tyrion specifically, it seems.
And is following him all over the country just to inconvenience him.
There's only one bed.
There's only one bed. There's only one merchant.
Even with your gold, that's the best I can do for you.
What? Embarrassed to share a room with me, Tyrion?
No, it's just,
You realize that she's just teasing you, like she usually does. Best not to give it any mind.
Yeah. Well, it's better than nothing.
This is for the apple juice of the kosher. Lotus juice.
Always with... No, it was apple juice for him.
Oh.
Always with the apple juice. So, how should we...
You have a whole ass dining table in here?
I mean, they literally just reuse the assets for...
Oh, for Celeste's room. Yeah, minus the painting. This is not gonna turn into an H game, Everett.
Not with that attitude.
Oh, I was just kidding before. You can have the bed. I'll just sleep on the floor.
What? I can't just let you...
Please, we may both be commoners, but you live a cushy life in the city. I'm a mercenary. I've lived on the road for years. I sleep like this all the time. She's there.
Alright, but tell me if you change your mind.
Yeah.
Well, at least he's a gentleman about it. Hey, I didn't see you there. I was just walk past him.
She's calling Tyrion a soft boy. He kinda is, though.
He kinda is, though. Oh, what? Hey, watch it! Quit shoving me! Wait, whoa! Oh, holy crap! Pull me up! I can't hold on for much longer!
Ah, you idiot! What are you doing?
What?
Grab his arm and pull him up!
Ah! My hand!
Oh, this is getting juicy.
What the hell are you doing?
Your grip is too tight! Stop that!
Ah!
Sploosh.
Wait, I can still...
There's the sploosh. Okay.
No.
Also my leg, but my hand!
No! What happened? Should have been able to... Oh, by the scaled lord, he fell in. No. I can use this. That's right, I can still make this look like it was all his fault.
What the fuck?
Crimes.
Yes, obviously.
And, just because Ifrit brought it up, my leg! My leg!
You find yourself falling into a nightmare.
Oh, here we go again. Time to put on your best crazy voice. Or not.
Tyrion, I'm so sorry. I can't believe they made you watch. Are you okay? Oh, do I need to do...
No, I can do it.
Okay. Right. Of course not.
You gonna keep fighting them?
Your voice is quiet. Your question barely comes out as a whisper.
What? You gonna keep fighting the nobility?
I don't know if I can anymore. Today they showed me what they're truly capable of. I was naive. I thought that the truth would prevail, but I'm only one person. I can't do this alone anymore.
So you're just gonna give up? You're the only one who will fight against them. If you're just gonna give up, then was my mother's death truly pointless?
I'm sorry.
Teach me how to be like you.
What?
You said that you can't do this alone anymore, right? So, teach me how to be a defense attorney. I can help you. We can fight them together.
Tyrion, we're just a child. I can't just...
Miss Tymora, please. I don't have anything left.
Baby!
Please, just take me away from here.
You clutch your hand tightly, feeling the fading warmth of the final message that your mother left for you. It's the last comforting memory you'll have of her. It's a memory that you'll never experience again. Oh, no, this is...
Sorry. Mom.
You're startled awake. After some confusion, you realize that it was all a dream. You didn't have any trouble falling asleep, but your slumber was less than restful. It's been a while since you remembered that day. That's all the more reason to leave this city as soon as possible.
Celeste, are you up?
Huh? Oh no, that's a really cute That's a really cute portrait.
Oh, she's so cute.
Huh? Celeste was wistfully staring out of the window, watching the rain. Her head whips toward you when she realizes that you're awake.
Are you okay? What's wrong?
Nothing! It's nothing! He wasn't awake, was he? Oh no! Oh no, this portrait's really cute!
In it?
She doesn't seem keen on sharing. It'd be best not to pry.
Okay. Do you know if the city is still under lockdown?
I haven't checked yet. I was waiting for you to wake up. Celeste, why does it smell like sweat in here? Where are my pants?
Celeste? Where are my pants?
Go outside and check the city gates.
Oh, she's so done with my bullshit.
The blockade still hasn't disappeared. In fact, it looks like it's been fortified with even more knights.
Ah, these silly English kid niggas.
Looks like we can't leave yet.
They've even doubled down on the guards.
You tell me where my pants are, woman!
You tell me where my pants are, woman!
What's going on here?
Tyrion! You spot Rika in the distance as she calls out to you. As soon as she sees you, she breaks out into a full sprint towards you. She looks exhausted. Has she been looking for you in the rain? Tyrion, it's terrible! There was an accident at the Arcane Refinery last night. One of my friends who worked there, he fell into a vat of chemicals, and now he's the Joker! No. Hey! You get to goof around all the time!
I know, people expect it of me.
He's dead.
Oh. Rika, I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do...
Lord Von Sanctus is blaming the Dracodian Trading Company. He's trying to charge the owner with criminal negligence.
Oh no, he lives in a society now!
Thank you, Z.
Oh, Z, I love how I can always count on you to make everything so much worse. And, of course, Ifrit just doubles down on it.
As the lord of this region, Von Sanctus would have a lot of leverage in a legal battle like this. He must be using this accident as an opportunity to oust Dracodian from his territory. Tyrion, you're a lawyer, aren't you? Can you help them?
I don't think I can.
What? But...
Rika, I specialize in homicide cases. Most of my clients are mages who have been charged with murder. I've never even tried a case like this before. There isn't any magic involved, and there's no killer. Don't worry. I'm sure that the Dracodian Trading Company knows plenty of qualified attorneys who can help.
I'm not so sure about that. Think about it. A lord from one of the Four Pillar families is pressing those charges. Do you honestly think anyone else will try to fight them on this?
I've got a point.
She has a point. There aren't many attorneys who will go against the nobility under any circumstances. The only ones who will do that are you and Ms. Tymora.
Alright. I'll see what I can do.
Really?
But please, don't get your hopes up. I have very little information to work with right now. And to be perfectly honest, I'm really out of my element.
That's okay. I'm sure that Mr. Dracodian will take any help he can get.
Mr. Dracodian?
He's the owner of the Dracodian Trading Company.
Yes, well, I guess that tracks.
He should be at the old arcane refinery right now. That must be the scene of the accident, too. Well, yeah, she just said that. It would probably be best to start your investigation there. So long as he can pay for once. Yeah, we got.
He's the CEO of a successful artificery tech company. He'd better damn well be able to pay.
Yeah, we need to stop doing jobs pro bono.
I've got good news. This job is not pro bono.
Yay!
I've
been away from the shop for too long, so I can't come with you. But drop by the cafe if there's anything I can do to help. You follow Rika's directions and move through the city's industrial district. It reminds you of your childhood, back when you couldn't control the Eye of Horus. You always avoided this part of the city. It was always covered with an overwhelming fog of misery and fatigue.
Yep, non-unionized workplaces will do that.
However, you feel less of that now. Is it because you have more control over your powers? Or has something else changed?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Alright, we're here. You arrive at the refinery and see that there aren't many people around. Ifrit, I don't know what you mean by that.
I don't think I want to know what he means by that.
The few people you do see appear to be from the City Watch. Operations must have been halted after the accident. Wow, so this is an arcane refinery.
I always saw this place as a child, but I never really understood what they do here.
Those machines refine the arcane crystals that are used in artificery. Those crystals are used as a power source for conducting magical energy. You look around and spot an especially frustrated individual. He seems to stand out from the knights and cleaning staff. Mostly because of his amazing beard. Could he be the guildmaster Rika spoke of?
Eh?
He takes notice of you as you head further into the refinery.
Hello there. You must be the attorney that Miss Tudor spoke with.
Oh boy, we get accents!
It's only my specialty. I am. I take it that you're the guildmaster of the Dracogian Trading Company?
Yes. My name is Stefanik Dracogi.
Tripping on my own name. That's embarrassing.
My name is Stefanik Dracogian. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. I really appreciate you lending your aid in this matter.
I already told Rika this, but I never tried a civil case before. I would need to learn more about what happened before I could decide whether or not I can represent you. I'm honestly not sure how much help I can be.
Well, there isn't a single attorney in Aranax that will represent me. So, I'll accept whatever help I can get.
Celeste was right. All of the attorneys are too afraid to stand against Lord Von Sanctus.
Where should we start, though? This case is probably different from the homicides that we're used to.
Homicide or not, the case revolves around a wrongful death. If I did represent Dracogian, I would need to prove that he wasn't at fault for the accident. To do that, we should start by finding out exactly how and why the accident occurred. We should also question the witnesses who saw the victim when it happened.
Sorry.
And it wouldn't hurt to take a look at the scene of the accident, either.
The guildmaster would have a lot of knowledge about the refinery's operations. Questioning him might also give you some insight into what happened. Well, since we've got him right here, is there anything to examine around here? I'll do some examining just to be safe.
It's a vat filled with chemicals that I can't quite identify. According to Celeste, these chemicals are used to refine and create arcane crystals.
So of course they'd all be loaded with magic, so I feel like detect magic would be pointless.
Probably.
Repario Arcanum.
Realistic looking vats of chemicals? Hello and welcome to Now There's Your Problem, a podcast about engineering disasters with slides.
Didn't I already make that joke at the end of last stream?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
There are traces of transmutation magic on this power box.
Well, it is an artificery device, so that's not too out of the ordinary.
There are traces of transmutation magic on these parts of the vat.
I'm honestly not quite sure how these vats even work. Maybe transmutation magic is used in the refinement process somehow.
And that covers all that.
Yep.
As I figured, that did not help us much. The accident. It's like
Yeah, it's
that.
like magnets.
How do they work?
To start, could you tell us exactly what happened?
Well, it all began during the work rush yesterday. One of my employees fell from a walkway and into a vat of magical chemicals.
I don't know, those walkways look very OSHA compliant to me.
They are. Those chemicals contain extremely volatile and destructive evocation magic. Because of that, he unfortunately died before we could have him pulled out.
I see. But that all just sounds like an unfortunate accident. Why is Lord Von Sanctus blaming you for what happened?
There are guardrails on the walkways to prevent people from falling. Supposedly, those guardrails broke apart when that employee tried to lean against it. According to Von Sanctus, the accident was a direct result of my negligence to maintain the refinery. But my employees have taken great care to inspect and maintain the facilities. I have no idea how this happened.
Is he telling the truth? This could all just be lip service. The only way to know for sure is to inspect the walkway yourself. The victim.
Earlier, you said that the victim was an employee of yours. Could you tell us more about them? Yes. I hired him just a few months ago. It's a shame what happened to him.
Does he have a name?
We're getting there. Keep your boots on.
Oh.
He was a young man named Justin Way. Yeah, I know, the irony's kind of hitting me too. A weird feeling. Was he a good employee? Well, aye, he was a hard worker. But he was a bit rough around the edges when he first started.
Most are.
Before working for me, I heard he'd always spend his time with the local delinquents. Oh yes, Justin Damien Way. How did you know?
Oh, he's just in the way, man.
His tutor practically begged me to hire him. She told me that she wanted to turn his life around.
That does sound like something Rika would do. She always had a habit of getting involved in her friend's personal business. Rika helped Justin. Musarika tutor supposedly begged Stefanik Dracogen to hire Justin Way. She wanted Justin to turn his life around. Supposedly he used to spend a lot of time with some local delinquents, but has turned his life around since then.
When you live a life like Justin's, it helps when you have something to give you some direction. So I decided to give the boy a chance by hiring him. He was clearly a hard worker. Did well to earn his keep. Always followed the rules too, so I have no idea why he was up in that walkway.
Wait, he wasn't supposed to be on that walkway? Tell me about that.
Earlier, you mentioned that Justin wasn't supposed to be on the walkway. What did you mean by that? Well, Justin worked in an entirely different department. He was part of a team that managed the packaging and freight. He had no business being inside the refinery building, much less the upper walkway.
Ah. That's strange, to say the least.
Was he the type of person to wander around places that he's not supposed to? No. Like I said before, he always followed my rules. It all just makes this whole situation that much more confusing.
Justin's job. Justin Way was a star employee. He was always known to follow all of Stefanik Dracogen's rules and regulations. He worked in an entirely different department and wasn't supposed to be anywhere near the refinery walkway. Dracogen has no idea why he was in the refinery before the accident. Are there any witnesses?
Was there anyone around when the accident occurred? Did anyone see Justin fall? Oh, there were many employees here at the time. But there were only a handful of witnesses who actually saw Justin fall from the walkway. Who were those witnesses? If I remember correctly, Ms. Tudor was the one who saw him fall.
What was she doing here?
We're getting there. Wait, Rika was there when it happened? Yes. She witnessed the accident alongside the Harbour Master. Morrison. Oh, you're acquainted with him? I am.
Morrison was close friends with your mother when you were a child. Oh no. But after you left Aranax, you went out of your way to cut contact with everyone from your past.
But what were all of these people doing here in the first place? Rika's a cafe owner, and Morrison's a harbour master. I'm a little concerned about that myself. I'm still unsure about Miss Tudor, but Harbour Master was accompanied by a nobleman of some sort. A nobleman? I'm not privy to the specifics, but apparently that nobleman had the legal authority to go wherever he wanted to.
Great. You'll want to ask Morrison more about that. But it will be awkward to speak with him after all these years. Too bad, suck it up, Buttercup.
Well, so it goes.
Anything else? No. Should I move on to the... Let's look around the walkway.
Oh, let's.
Ooh, sparkly.
It's not supposed to look like that.
It is not.
Tyrion, do you need me to scan for magical traces?
Well, there aren't any magical elements in this case. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt to check.
Alright.
Well, since she offered.
Oh!
No magical elements, huh?
There are traces of evocation magic on the chemicals in these bats.
That makes sense. Evocation is the school of magic for spells that create and disperse energy. These chemicals probably induce some sort of magical reaction to create arcane crystals.
What?
What's wrong?
There are traces of transmutation all over the guardrails.
Transmutation? Do you see those traces anywhere else on the walkway?
No, it's only this area.
Transmutation on the guardrails. There are magical traces of transmutation on the guardrail that Justin supposedly broke before falling. These traces are only on the rails that Justin broke. They aren't anywhere else on the walkway.
Transmutation is the school of magic that changes the properties of physical objects. Usually mages use transmutation spells to strengthen and repair objects.
Someone used a spell to change the physical properties of the guardrails. Judging by the current state of the rails, we can only conclude one thing.
The spell weakened structural integrity of guardrails.
Right. Someone used a transmutation spell to weaken the guardrails. Afterwards, the guardrails were so weak that Justin accidentally broke them.
And only these guardrails were weakened. The sabotaged rails are right next to this vat of corrosive chemicals, too.
There was a clear intention behind the actions of this unknown mage. Judging by what happened, that intention can only be one thing.
This escalated quickly. The unknown mage wanted someone to fall into the vat.
Whoever sabotaged the guard... Alright, try that again. Whoever sabotaged the guardrail wanted someone to fall into the vat. Why else would they only target those specific guardrails?
But why? Who would do this?
You can feel your fist clenching tightly. Whoa, why'd the screen go woozy? I don't like this.
Oh, he angry.
Someone committed murder using magic here. And whoever did this had the gall to try to cover it up.
Tyrion?
You won't forgive whoever did this. When you're through with them, you will make them feel a fraction of the misery that your mother...
Tyrion!
Oh, what? What?
Are you okay?
Right. Sorry. Well, if it weren't for your detect magic, everyone would have written this off as an accident. Magical traces are only detectable for 48 hours after the mage casts a spell. That means that whoever cast the transmutation spell did so recently.
Right.
Transmutation on the guardrails. Continued. There are magical traces of transmutation on the guardrails that Justin supposedly broke before falling.
The second paragraph.
They aren't anywhere else on the walkway. A mage must have sabotaged the guardrail within the last 48 hours. They clearly intended for someone to break the rail and fall into the vat. We good, Tyrion? I suppose I don't need to check anything else, but just to be safe.
Wouldn't hurt. It's a vat of dangerous magical chemicals. I've also been drinking some dangerous magical chemicals.
By which I mean caffeine. Supposedly, they're corrosive enough to dissolve anyone unfortunate enough to fall into it.
Celeste is watching you carefully.
Yo.
She can be a little overprotective at times.
She's a very good guard pupper.
Best girl.
Looks like the guardrails completely broke apart. Rails are completely rusted, too. Was Dracogen lying about properly maintaining the site?
Nope. And that's it.
Yeah, I think they do expect you to just kind of do a more mundane once-over before you...
Do we need to talk to Mr. Dracogen again?
Don't remember.
I'm gonna check just to make sure.
Oh, if I gotta be Scottish again, fine.
Okay, nothing else to say. Oh, I could present... I didn't know you did just almost black out with rage. I think she's right to watch over you carefully above the killer bats. That's fair. That's fair.
Well, yes.
I'm gonna present this. You should notify Dracogen about the traces of transmutation that you found. But perhaps you should wait until you obtain more information first. After all, knowing about a potential saboteur might unnecessarily stress him out. Even more so if you don't have more information. Okay,
Fair enough.
we'll tell him later. To the harbor!
Hooray! Time for boats! Oh, I just love those little boats.
Oops. You arrive at the harbor in search of Morrison, the harbor master. However, you notice a large concentration of knights in the shipping area. Notably, the Arcane Inquisition is among them.
Oh, here they go again.
You spot Commander White and Prosecutor Steelwind coordinating the knights there. Oh boy. I wonder what those two are doing here.
The Knights of the Blockade said they were investigating something. Must be magic involved if the Inquisition is here.
The plot thickens.
Like a soup.
Do you think this has anything to do with what happened to Justin?
I doubt it. I didn't see any Inquisition Knights at the refinery. Must just be a coincidence.
You're probably right. But I'm kind of curious about what the Inquisition is investigating.
Dr. White and Professor Steelwind. Oh, God. It's the Mega Man crossover nobody asked for.
That's what you get for calling her Professor Steelwind at the beginning.
Yes, it is. It has nothing to do with our case. It'd be best to leave them to their business.
Alright.
Oh, pouty face. Oi, you there. You best clear out.
Oh, hi.
Knights have closed the harbor.
Morrison?
Oh boy, this guy's gonna be hell on my throat.
Sorry.
You?
His name's Noah!
Yes, it is. Wait. Cuthbert! Is that you?
Hi.
We're doing this again, huh?
I heard from little Miss Orica that you were back in town. What can I do for you?
We heard that you were at the refinery yesterday. From what we heard, you witnessed the accident. We wanted to ask you some questions about what you saw.
Oh, right. Miss Orica mentioned an attorney.
What?
I just hope you're still not hung up over that business with your mother.
He very much is. I think we can confirm that.
Well. Sorry. I guess it's none of my business.
Sorry.
Anyway. Well, I'll tell you what I know.
I feel like the anyways worked that time. We don't need to change it every single time a character uses it.
True.
So, what did you see?
With your one eye. Dracodian told us that you witnessed the accident.
A horrible thing what happened. No one deserves what happened.
Could you tell us what you saw?
Well, I was showing a patron around town. And for some reason, he really wanted to take a look at the refinery. Something about checking out the local artificery.
Artificery. He must mean artificery.
And things on spoofy. Anyway, he was looking at the machinery. Then suddenly, Masorika came running toward us. She was trying to tell us something, but the damn machines were so loud, or were too loud for us to hear. After a while, she just pointed at the walkway, and we saw the sight. We saw someone fall into the vat. By the time we could get them to stop the machines, it was too late.
That matches up with what you know so far. But what was Rika even doing there? She should have still been running the cafe at the time of the accident. And that patron who was visiting the factory, did they also witness the accident? Tell me about the guardrail.
Could you tell us how Justin fell off the walkway? Was it because the guardrail broke under his weight?
Aye, he did. But it was a little strange. That guardrail was made out of metal. The way it broke, you would have thought it was made out of weak old ship's biscuits.
Hey, I didn't say hardtack.
He barely leaned on it. Broke apart.
Yeah, but it was ship's biscuits that he didn't bag when he did the hardtack flat.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Even a poorly maintained guardrail shouldn't have broken that easily. Did someone really use transmutation magic to sabotage it? If so, that possibility could clear Dracodian's name. But presenting the possibility of a magical crime might just complicate things. Tell me about your patron.
You mentioned that you were escorting a patron when the accident happened. Who was he? Did he witness the accident too?
Aye, he was right there with me and...
Little too salty, this one.
Aye, he was right there with me when Rika was trying to get her attention. It'd be hard to miss with the commotion she was making. As for who he was, he said his name was Aster.
Aster. You don't know anyone by that name.
And yet we
Yep.
have heard it before.
But why does that name sound familiar?
It should.
Do you know what his surname was?
No. The lad was really secretive with his last name for some reason.
He must have had a recognizable name. Is he noble from a well-known house? I think Z's putting things together. Morrison's testimony. On the night of the accident, Masarika Tudor frantically approached Noah Morrison and a man named Aster. She tried to tell them something. However, they couldn't hear her over the noise produced by the refinery machines. They noticed that Masorika was pointing at the walkway, so they looked there. There, they saw a figure lean on a guardrail and break it. The figure fell from the walkway and into the vat of corrosive chemicals. The poor professor.
Y'all are gonna be the fucking death of me, I swear.
The blockade.
Well, assuming voicing Morrison doesn't do it first. Why were you harboring this... Sorry. Sorry. Yeah. Freudian slip. Why were you escorting this Aster in the first place? Don't you have to manage the harbor? Don't you have to manage the escort?
Well, I can't really manage anything because of them.
Would make him not a harbor master.
Could be both. It's not recommended, but sometimes you need a side hustle.
He gestures towards the Inquisition Knights crowded here.
They've blocked all the sea travel out of the city till this mess is sorted out.
They have a lot of knights investigating the harbor. Do you know what they're looking for?
Well, you didn't hear this from me. Doing a visual gag without a face cam again?
Yes, I just put my hand to my ear and leaned in real close.
But according to them, Master's ship was vanished in the dead of night.
Oh?
Oh. Vanished? As in, someone hijacked it? That's the thing. Guards would have noticed us and had driven off the ship. Especially one of that size.
Don't you mean sailed off with it?
No, I mean driven. What I heard, one of the guards could have sworn they saw it vanish in a flash of light.
Flash of light? Like something created by a spell.
What kind of ship was it? You know how big it was? Picture a Twinkie the size of New York.
Oh.
From the size of it, I'd say that it was probably a galleon.
That's a pretty big ship.
That's a pretty big fucking ship.
A galleon? A spell of that scale would have to be pretty powerful to affect a ship of that size.
Like I said, Twinkie the size of New York.
You know what voice you're doing? You're doing the one from the puppets.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
The mermaid one with the puppets. I don't know why I can't remember the creator's name right now.
Ah, yes, Barnaby Dixon.
Yes, Barnaby Dixon.
Here.
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 That one. You're doing that voice.
Yes. For further viewing after the stream, I highly recommend anybody who hasn't yet go watch Barnaby Dixon's
The Siren.
Well, yes, the Song of the Siren.
Yes.
It is delightfully atmospheric and very characterful. Excellently executed.
I wonder who this Aster person is. He must be high profile if they're calling in the Kingsguard and the Inquisition for him.
But, you know, considering he was using that particular voice because that's kind of salty.
All over a missing ship, too.
You spent some time with him. Am I correct, Morrison? Did he tell you where he was staying? If I remember right, he's staying at the local inn near the town square.
Wait, that's the tavern that we were staying at.
If he's this high profile, why is he staying at an inn for commoners?
Because he wants to stay lower profile?
No idea. He's an eccentric one, for sure.
Whoever he is, he also witnessed the accident. You'll definitely want to speak with him. And if he's a noble, there's a chance that he's the mage that sabotaged the guardrail. Doubtful. But what do I know? Let's talk to Rika first.
It would be nice to know exactly what she was doing there, huh?
Mm-hmm. And then we'll find our mysterious Aster. You arrive at the cafe and see that the restaurant is packed with customers. You don't see Rika anywhere, though. She must be preoccupied. Perhaps you should check in when the restaurant is less busy.
Well, that was easy.
Bummer. To the tavern!
Jeez, couldn't get a coffee, so she's going for some booze. Morrison said that Aster is staying in one of the rooms of this tavern. Which room is it?
We could always just check each room.
That might irritate the patrons, though.
Why don't you ask the innkeeper?
That might irritate the innkeeper, though. And if Aster doesn't want to be found, we might alert him if we annoy too many people.
I guess you're right.
Your family owns a tavern, right? If you had to put a VIP somewhere, which room would you choose?
I guess it would probably be the one at the end of the hallway.
Celeste, that's your bedroom.
That's the one I use at my family's tavern.
Oh, what, you're a VIP now?
Well,
She's the owner's daughter. Of course she's a VIP.
Well, to be fair, said tavern wasn't long defunct.
If you could pick any room in a hotel to stay in long term, wouldn't you want the fancier one? Or at least the nicest one?
I mean, honestly, as long as there's a reasonably comfy bed and Wi-Fi, and not like a street lamp directly over my window, I'm kind of fine. I'm gonna get a horrible night's sleep either way.
According to Celeste's intuition, the innkeeper would have probably given Aster this room. You approach the door and firmly knock on it.
Hello?
Someone does come to answer the door, but they only open the door a fraction of the way. The crack in the door is less than an inch wide. You can't get a look at the person's face.
I'm terribly sorry, but if your business isn't urgent, I'd like to be left alone. Sorry if I'm intruding, but are you Aster? Oh. My name is Tyrion Cuthbert. I'm the defense attorney of Stefanik Dracogan. Excuse me. Black. Oh! From what I've heard, you witnessed the accident at the refinery yesterday? I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions about what you saw.
Upon hearing your name, the man fully opens the door, and you're finally able to get a good look at him. Oh, he is dressed fancy. He definitely stands out from the other patrons of the inn. He must be the wealthy patron that you're looking for.
Tyrion Cuthbert, protege of the infamous Ruby Tymora. So, you know who I am? I do. I know you very well. I'm your biggest fan!
Oh, no!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to meet Aster. He's a nerd!
Excuse me, I just laughed so hard I made myself lightheaded. Oh, God.
Oh, he's a big dork, alright.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's a colossal dork. What? I can't believe it. The infamous Tyrion Cuthbert is standing right in front of my tavern room. What? I've read all about your feats, Mr. Cuthbert.
Oh, no, he's kind of cute.
You successfully indicted the head of House Pierce.
He was a dickhead.
You didn't think twice about confronting the inheritor of House Freyga.
She's kind of a bitch.
And you even defeated Lord Sanctus in the chess tournament yesterday.
He was kind of a dick. I'm so lost right now. Me too, Celeste. Me too.
Himbo. And you! You must be Celeste McCoy!
Oh no, he's a cutie!
Tyrion's first client, and the Crimson Demon of the Eastern Kingdoms.
How did you find out about that name?
The Crimson... what?
Don't ask.
Oh, I'm asking. Okay, so, if you are Aster, does that mean that you witnessed the accident with the Harbor Master yesterday? Oh, yes, I did. Are you going to interrogate me about what I saw?
Well, not if you sound like that about it.
Oh, please interrogate me, Daddy. Just...
If you want mommy treatment, we're gonna have to call Ruby in here.
Woo!
If you want mommy treatment, Tyrion cannot provide.
Oh, great, we're killing Z.
What a goober.
Oh, good night, everybody.
Oh boy. Okay. Deep breaths.
I'll answer whatever questions you have.
You've never met a witness that has been this eager to cooperate.
It's such a fucking mark.
Hopefully this means that he won't hide any details about what he saw.
I mean, would you hide anything from that face? Go that way.
He's so cute. What the heck?
Oh no, he's hot!
Tell me about yourself, Aster.
You clearly know who I am, but I'm still unsure of who you are, Aster. Ah, my apologies. But I would prefer to keep my full identity hidden for now.
He's within his right to do so, but you can't help but feel a little suspicious.
In any case, what's your business in Oranax? I was accompanying a ship transporting goods to Lord Von Sanctus. This same ship that was magically stolen? I'm surprised you found out about that. The Kingsguard have been trying to keep... Excuse me. The Kingsguard have been trying their best to keep that information hidden. But I suppose I shouldn't expect anything less from you, Mr. Cuthbert.
Flattery will get him nowhere. What was on that ship? It must be pretty valuable to be worth stealing.
Ah, well, I doubt there was anything on that ship worth drawing the ire of the entire kingdom. The truth is, during the time that my ship was stolen, I was supposed to be on it.
So
I see.
so less theft and more attempted kidnapping.
Yes, probably. Theft of the ship might have actually been an attempt to kidnap you.
Whoops, one step ahead of the game again.
That's my current theory, anyway. It wouldn't make sense otherwise.
Seems awfully calm about this.
You'd be surprised how often this happens.
You can tell he's an important character because he has so many different poses.
I will say this much right now, at the risk of spoiling things, he is a recurring character. If you remember why his name was brought up in the last case, you might be able to figure out why. According to Morrison, you were also in the refinery that night? Did you witness the moment Did you witness the moment the victim fell into the vat? I did.
Could you tell us exactly what you saw? Every detail you can remember could be important.
Well, it all began when I was visiting the refinery with the harbor master. I was inspecting the refinery's machine when a girl frantically ran toward us.
This is just a Tuesday for him.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Which is especially weird because it's Friday. She was hysterical. It looked like she was trying to tell us something. But we couldn't hear her over the noise of the machines. When she realized that we couldn't hear her, she simply pointed at the walkway. That's when we saw Justin Way fall off of it and into the vat. This next question is very important. Did you see the victim break the guardrail by leaning on it? Yes. He broke the guardrail before he fell.
His testimony matches exactly with what Morrison saw. I should hope so. Aster and Morrison's testimony. Both Noah and Aster's testimonies match each other identically.
The way he fell was very strange, though.
Strange? What do you mean by that? Indeed, tell me more, please.
You mentioned the way the victim fell was strange. Did you feel like the guardrail broke too easily?
That's a bit of a leading question, Tyrion.
Who's gonna stop me, the judge?
Fair.
Why, yes, how did you know? It matches with the statement that the harbor master gave us.
And again, Tyrion's not a cop, so he doesn't have to follow those kind of standards.
I mean, cops don't have to follow those kind of standards.
Cops should, but don't. Anyway, moving on.
Not really.
You don't want to reveal the traces of transmutation that you found on the walkway. At least not yet.
But, yes, the guardrail broke the moment that Justin leaned on it. And his body was extremely limp when falling, too.
His body was limp?
Normally, when falling from a great height, one would flail their arms, yes?
One would think.
When I saw him falling, he wasn't moving at all.
He wasn't moving? That's suspicious.
Did you see the expression on his face? He might have been unconscious. I'm afraid I couldn't see anything on his face. It was much too dark to make out his features. Wait, you didn't actually see his face?
I get back and that's Aster.
That's Aster!
Yes, he's a big freaking goob.
Oh, you haven't even seen him at his goobiest yet.
How did you know it was actually him that fell in?
Well, who else could it have been?
No one else has been reported missing.
They also found the remnants of Justin's body in the vat. It was definitely him that fell in.
That's true. You don't have much reason to believe that Justin might still be alive. Out of curiosity, there were traces of transmutation magic at the crime scene, and it appears that Aster is quite a high-profile individual. He's probably a mage, and aside from Rika, he was probably the only other mage at the refinery that night. If you ask him outright, you might be able to see something incriminating through the Eye of Horus.
Excuse me. Aster, we'll respect your privacy if you don't want to tell us who you are. But could you at least answer one question for me? I can make no promises, but I'll do my best to tell you what I can. Are you a mage? Oh, is that all? Yes, I am a mage, and I'm quite the practiced one at that. You see, Celeste cast Detect Magic to look at the scene of the accident, and we found traces of transmutation magic at the crime scene. Namely, on the guardrails that Justin fell through. What?
Here it is.
I can't believe it!
Oh no, he's gone dork mode again.
I love this guy.
He's gone full dork knight.
What?
Are you telling me that a mage used transmutation magic to weaken the rails? It's a conspiracy!
God, this fucking nerd.
It's a conspiracy. Wait, does that mean this was actually a murder made to look like an accident? It's like something out of the reports I read about it.
How dare you compare him to Alex Jones, but yes. You don't see anything incriminating, and you can see his thoughts clearly. It's conspiracy that's not centered on me for once.
Hooray!
His feelings of happiness are a bit off-putting, though.
And you asked me if I was a mage. Does that mean I'm a potential suspect?
Not anymore.
No, not anymore.
This is the greatest thing to ever happen to me!
Sir, I don't think you understand the gravity of the situation. Sir, a man has died.
Oh, right. Solemn face.
This is the first time you've met someone that's happy to be suspected of murder.
Hooray! I've been suspected of murder!
Sorry, it's not right of me to get so excited about something this serious. Less at me now.
But it's like something right out of a mystery novel! He's such a dork!
Oh no, I love him!
Oh, he's delightful.
That's not the reaction you clearly. Nevertheless, it doesn't look like there are any incriminating thoughts in his mind.
Or perhaps
Aster.
not even any thoughts in his
Oh,
mind.
Aster, there's not a thought behind those eyes.
Those shiny, shiny eyes.
The emotions that he was emanating were all positive. There wasn't a drop of fear in there. What could this mean?
It means you found a himbo.
Either way, it looks like you found out everything you can for Master.
Head empty. Happy vibes.
You should move somewhere else.
We'll just leave him like that.
Yeah.
Maybe Masorik is back.
Yeah, let's go check in on Rika again.
Hey!
Tyrion, you're back! Did you talk to Mr. Dracosian?
I did. I'm still not sure what to make of him just yet.
I like him.
He's very Scottish. But after what I've seen today, I don't think I can turn a blind eye to what's happening.
There were traces of transmutation magic on the guardrails. Regardless of their motives, someone sabotaged those rails with the intent of harming an employee at the refinery.
That's your line here.
Meet any crazy goobers while you were out?
At least one.
If this truly was a murder, you have to find out who did this and why.
I'll represent him in court for the criminal case.
Thanks! It really means a lot to me.
On that note, you were at the refinery when the accident occurred, right?
Yes, I was.
Can I ask you a few questions about what you saw that day?
Of course! I'll do whatever I can to help.
Time to assemble a profile.
Why were you at the refinery?
By the way, why were you at the refinery that day? Didn't you have to work at the cafe?
I was making a food delivery to Justin. Wait, you were delivering food to the victim? Yeah, he never had the time to make his own dinner. So I always delivered his dinner during his evening break. But that night, I couldn't find him in the freight area, so I went looking for him in the refinery building.
So the accident happened while you were delivering his food.
Masorika's food delivery. Masorika Tudor was delivering food to Justin Wei during the time of the accident. Justin apparently never had time to make food for himself, so she delivered his dinner to him every day. Masorika didn't find Justin in the freight area that day, so she went looking for him and spotted him in the refinery building before he fell.
Did you talk to Justin at all before the accident?
I did. When I finally found him in the refinery building, he seemed busy. He told me to leave his food in the break room. He was busy, but according to Dracosian, he should never have been in the refinery building in the first place. Did he say what he was busy with? He said that he had a meeting scheduled with Mr. Dracosian.
That can't be true, though. Dracosian didn't mention anything about this. Unless... Justin's meeting? Masorika Tudor briefly interacted with Justin Wei before the accident. Justin supposedly told her that he was on his way to a scheduled meeting with Stefanik Dracosian, but Dracosian never mentioned this meeting.
We've gotten a few witness accounts already, but I just wanted to double check. What did you see during the accident? Sorry. I'm sure that it was a disturbing sight. Do you need to take a moment?
No, it's okay. It happened after Justin told me to leave his food in the break room. It was my first time inside the refinery, so I spent some time looking at all of the machines. That's when I suddenly heard a strange sound from the walkway. When I looked to see what it was, I saw Justin fall from there. I tried to find someone to help him, but no one could hear me because of how loud the machines were. Before I finally got them to understand what happened, it was already too late.
Did you see the guardrail break when Justin fell off the walkway? More specifically, did it break from Justin's weight?
I'm honestly not sure. I was too busy trying to find help.
Masorika's testimony. On the night of the accident, Masorika Tudor saw Justin Wei fall off of the walkway. After seeing him fall, she tried to get the attention of Aster and Noah Morrison.
But they couldn't understand her because of how loud their refinery machines were.
This will probably be relevant later.
It's a special surprise tool that'll help us later.
How did she see him fall, go to get help, and then point to him as he was falling?
Gee, ain't that a question?
After she saw him fall. That doesn't make any sense.
You have matching witness accounts from Astor and Morrison. They saw the guardrail break. Having Rika also confirm that would have been helpful. But you suppose Astor and Morrison's statements will have to suffice. Rika's account of what happened is a lot less detailed than Astor and Morrison's. But she did see Justin before the accident. You still have no idea why Justin was on that walkway in the first place. According to Rika, he said that he had a meeting scheduled with Dracogen. But this doesn't match with what Dracogen told you. Either Justin or Dracogen must be lying in that case. You've met Dracogen already, but you still have no idea what kind of person Justin was. Perhaps Rika can tell you more.
Could you tell us more about the victim? What kind of person was he?
He was a good person. He fell in with a bad crowd a few years ago, but he was starting to turn his life around. I saw how much he was trying to change, so I asked Mr. Dracogen to give him a job. I really wanted to help him change his life for the better. But this job just ended up killing him. You can't blame yourself for this. No one could have known that this would happen. I guess you're right. It's hard not to think about, though.
Was he the type of person to go places that he wasn't supposed to be?
No, not anymore. Not anymore. He really wanted to make a good impression on Mr. Dracogen. He always talked about following the rules. He even got mad at me a few times when I accidentally broke Dracogen's protocols. Right, that matches up with what Dracogen said. But maybe he was falling back into his old habits. Perhaps Rika can tell you more about what he was like before he turned his life around.
You mentioned that Justin fell in with a bad crowd before. I've also heard that he used to hang out with a band of local delinquents. Could you tell us more about them?
What?
Rika, this information will help us with our investigation. I need to speak with the other people who knew him. Do you know where I could find his delinquent friends?
I'm sorry. I really didn't know him that well. I should keep quiet. It might make him mad.
Rika, are you hiding something from me?
What? Of course not. What would the Dark Lord of Aranax possibly have to hide from you?
Yeah, she's definitely hiding something. You'll need to argue against her if you want the truth.
Obfuscation via ham! Oh, you're not ready yet.
Oh, I'm not ready?
No, it'll give you a chance to back out.
No. Should I present something?
Yes. Just think about the things that she might be able to comment on.
Well, she is a mage. There was magic.
Ian.
Okay, that was not it.
Again, you gotta think about things that she herself can actually speak on. Yeah, like that. I'm terribly sorry for what happened to Justin. Are you doing okay?
Yeah, it's difficult to think about sometimes. You always hear about these things happening, but you never expect them to happen to people you know. no fear. It will take more than this to bring down the High Archmagi.
You keep saying that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
She's reverted back to her Chuny personality.
Weeb. There we go.
Masarika Tudor's psychological profile is complete. Now we can argue.
Hey.
Masarika Tudor appears to be hiding something from you. She clearly knows about the bad crowd that Justin fell in with, but she's hiding who they are and where you can find them. You'll need to convince her to share that information with you. Yes, the audio is...
We were doing so well without any crunch, and then...
The cut-in audio is still crunchy. I tested it outside of streaming/recording mode, and it is like that just on my regular computer.
We have tried everything, and nothing has worked.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of living with it.
Unfortunately, we will just have to deal with a little bit of crunch.
On the bright side, this is the halfway point in the game, so if you've suffered through it with us this far, you could probably suffer through a few more chapters.
It adds texture.
Crunchy texture.
Psychological profile. Masarika Tudor will perform questionable acts to protect the people she cares about. She has your best interests at heart and will always act in a way that she thinks is beneficial for your well-being. She isn't very good at deception. She will often revert to her dramatic, Chuny personality when trying to hide the truth from you. Your line.
Ah, right, derp. Rika, you know about Justin's friends, don't you? Just be honest with me.
I'm not hiding anything. I really don't know that much about him. I wasn't that close to Justin Way. I may have delivered his food, but he was just a customer to me.
I was gonna say, I really don't think you need my help on this one. I might have believed that you delivered his food because he was just a good customer. But that wasn't all you did for him. You saw that he was trying to turn his life around. And you begged Dracogen to set him up with a job. You wouldn't do that for a customer that you barely knew.
Well, that still proves nothing. I am Masarika Tudor, High Archmage of the Cadmium Flame.
Hey, she used the correct form this time.
Is it so hard to believe that I took pity on a stranger? I only helped him because I'm a generous person. It would only be right for me to equip a commoner with the means to change his life.
But your ass is a commoner!
I feel like doubt's the way to go.
I honestly can't say one way or another. They all seem fairly compelling. Go with your gut. You're not a good liar, Rika. You would have risked a lot by asking Dracogen to hire a stranger. Especially a stranger with a dubious past like Justin. What if Justin fell back into his old ways? That would have surely brought about consequences on you and your business. You wouldn't take a risk like that unless you knew him well enough to trust him.
Okay, fine. I guess we were friends.
Oh, I get well.
But like I said before, he was trying to leave his old life behind. He always kept his past a secret from me. He didn't like talking about the person he was back then. He wanted to forget about it, and I never brought it up. It's sort of true. We knew each other for years before he told me about it.
Intuition?
Makes sense to me. I doubt that, Rika. In fact, I'm sure that you were friends for at least a few years. With a friendship that old, I'm sure he would have confided in you about his past.
What?
No. You need to stay focused.
Rika, I don't know why you thought you had to lie about this. But I need to talk to Justin's former friends.
Is that really necessary?
Yes. I need to know why he was behaving so strangely before the accident. His friends might know something about him that you and Dracogen don't.
But that doesn't make any sense. There wasn't anything strange about the way he was acting. I think you're just overthinking this, Tyrion.
He wasn't supposed to be there. You didn't want to overplay your hand before, but it looks like you don't have a choice now.
Rika, Justin told you that he was heading to a scheduled meeting in Dracogen's office. According to Dracogen, Justin wasn't even supposed to be in the refinery building yesterday.
What?
Rika, Justin might have lied to you.
No. He would never do that.
I need to know why he was up there. So far, the statements that I've gotten from you and Dracogen don't explain that. I need to talk to people who might know things about him that you don't.
Okay. I'll tell you where you can find them. Just promise me that you'll be safe, okay?
You've successfully persuaded Masarika Tudor.
Oh, honey, I'm a defense attorney and an ace attorney alike. I'm never safe.
Back to cheery music. Justin was cheating on you. He was planning to marry Reshiram. What?
Reshiram?
I'm a Reshiram? Sorry, that's a joke.
Alright, now you're both officially speaking a different language.
Sorry, that's a joke from a YouTube channel you do not watch.
Yeah.
Near mine.
Nope, it's fine.
Sorry. I wasn't trying to lie to you.
It's okay. I'm assuming you had your reasons. But I need to know where I can find Justin's old friends.
You probably know already, but a few years ago, Justin got involved with a local street gang.
Congratulations, it's a dinosaur.
They'd always hang around the beach area. But one day they discovered an abandoned house along the coastline. And they started spending most of their time there.
A lone house on the coastline. Oh no.
It's that house, Tyrion. That's probably where you'll find Justin's old friends.
So, that's why you were being so secretive.
What? I'm sorry.
Don't be. You were just trying to look out for me, right?
Are you going to be okay? I can go there with you if you'd like.
No, it's okay. I'm sure you're busy with the cafe right now. And it's not as if I'll be going alone.
Alright. Just don't push yourself too hard, okay?
Yeah.
That everything?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so... abandoned house. Okay, that was information I
take
didn't
your word
need to
for
know.
it. Never look up anything more about it.
Oh,
Cool. Glad we had this conversation. Let's pretend it never happened.
I remember this picture from watching a little bit over your shoulder. That means fun stuff's gonna happen here. You arrive at the old abandoned house. Upon looking at the home that you left behind, you're struck with a flood of memories. Those memories were once happy, but now they only fill you with grief.
Tyrion? Are you okay?
Yeah. Let's look around.
You wipe your eyes and begin looking around the house. It's raining, you can disguise the tears!
That's why I'm wiping my face.
So Suddenly, you hear the sound of a glass breaking. You rush to look for the source and see 2 young teenagers throwing rocks at the side of the house.
Yeah, here, rash 'em, kids.
The shattered remnants of a window are lying on the ground.
Huh! Nice shot, Gavin.
Who the fuck is you?
Gavin Kralin. It says right there on the name.
Yeah. One of the teens, apparently named Gavin, notices you approaching.
We've got company, Wyatt.
Huh?
Yeah, Celeste, it's dark and rainy. What do you expect? It's a sad scene.
For now.
You stare blankly at the broken glass lying on the ground. You're at a loss for words. You feel like you should respond, but nothing comes out of your mouth. You suddenly find yourself quickly approaching the 2 teens.
Eh? What the hell do you want? Dad! What the hell?
Before you even realized what you were doing, you threw a punch straight into Gavin's face. Oh no, we're going woozy mode again.
It's rage vision.
Tyrion, don't!
Too late.
Your eyes are slowly tearing up. You can only see red.
Tyrion did.
You grab Gavin by the collar and pull his face close to yours.
Get away from my house.
Tyrion!
Oh, you want to go?
Ha! If you came looking for trouble, you sure found it.
Well, that's assault to a minor. Okay. Let's all calm down and just...
Stay out of this, you little shit.
So let's punch him.
Excuse me?
What? You got cotton in your ears or something?
Yes, actually. Why don't you go and repeat what you said?
I said, stay out of this. You little shit. 5 minutes later.
Slam cut. Oh no, I made myself dizzy again.
It gets better.
Celeste,
Yes?
I'm sorry for losing my temper back there. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
It's okay. Our emotions get the better of us sometimes.
Celeste,
Yes?
I think you might have overdone it a bit.
Nah.
Celeste,
Yes?
I don't think he's breathing.
Come on, just give him a second.
You suddenly hear the very bruised and broken form of Gavin sputtering and wheezing on the ground. It looks like he's finally regained consciousness.
He's perfectly fine. You're fine.
Wyatt is staring wide-eyed at Celeste. From the shaking of his legs, it looks like he wants to run away, but he's too frozen by fear to move. I don't know why you're yelling at her.
Stop yelling!
Don't bother running. Even with a head start, I can easily catch up to you. Anyway, these 2 are probably Justin's former delinquent friends, right?
Hiya, big baby. You were just unconscious for 5 minutes.
It's just a major concussion. You're fine.
And severe internal bleeding. Still,
Walk it off, sport.
rub some dirt on it. Fine.
Are you okay with talking to them?
Yes, of course.
With your emotions in such disarray, you completely forgot why you came here in the first place.
This is going well. Would you two happen to know the young man who died at the refinery yesterday?
Is we're after Justin? But he's already dead.
Just wait for the heart attacks to put you to sleep. You'll be fine. After Justin? Was there someone with a grudge against him? Wyatt clearly thinks that you were sent on someone's behalf. It wouldn't hurt to play the part to get more information out of him.
We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to hurt you anymore. We'd just like to ask you a few questions about Justin.
Yeah, sure, man. Whatever you want.
Alright, you two talk. I'll work on popping Gavin's shoulder back into place.
It's a little disturbing how nonchalantly she says things like that.
My leg! What can you tell me about Justin Way? According to a few witnesses we spoke to, you used to be friends.
Friends is kinda pushing it. We used to hang out back in the day, but we don't no more. It was weird when he started talking to us again. I thought he left for good.
But he started talking to you again. Why?
He just needed somebody old gear. He left at the house.
Old gear? What kind of old gear?
You know, Steve's tools. All the tools you need for lockpicking and safe cracking.
Tools for lockpicking and safe cracking? Why would Justin need those?
What would Justin need lockpicking and safe cracking tools for?
Well, he needed to get the gold that he owed your boss.
So he owed gold to someone.
Yeah, your boss. What has it that he was looking for the merchant that owns the refinery?
Working for it.
Working that. Listen. Very hard to focus.
When you're trying not to piss your pants, I got you.
It's very hard to focus when my friend's knee is currently bending 90 degrees the wrong way! I guess the owner trusted him a lot. Justin said that he had a way to get access to the safe at the guy's office. Justin was always a whiz when it came to breaking and entering. He even had tools that could crack magical locks. Getting the gold out of that safe would have been an easy score for him.
Wait, Justin was planning to rob Dracogen? Justin's planned robbery. According to Wyatt Ernle, Justin Way owed gold to someone. Justin owned a set of lockpicking and safe-cracking tools that could disable mundane and magical locks. He was planning to break into the refinery building and use his safe-cracking skills to rob the safe in Dracogen's office.
I was not ready for a Xavier Renegade Angel reference tonight.
I did not understand that reference.
You'd like me to be you, wouldn't me?
Oh, Jesus. Wyatt apparently thinks that you were sent on behalf of someone. And from what he said so far, Justin owed a non-trivial amount of gold to this person. If this person was some kind of criminal, could they have been the one who sabotaged your guardrail? Well, the guardrail?
Did Justin tell you who he owed his debt to?
No, man, he didn't say nothing. He might whack me off too if I tell him the truth.
Whack me, too. Whacking him off is something very different, dear.
Listen, I'm sorry, but she's very tough and also very hot. And I'm having real conflicted feelings right now.
So he does now.
There's no point in playing dumb. Just tell us what he told you. Did he give you a name?
Yeah.
Answer the question.
You see what I mean about the scary but what? The eye taker. He owed gold to the eye taker.
Oh, Dommy Mommy! We have a few questions! Oh, hello. The eye taker? Question mark. Justin Way supposedly owned a non-trivial amount of gold to an individual named the Eye Taker. Perhaps one of the citizens of Aranax can tell you more about this person.
I really need to stop having these weird but funny Freudian slips. Oh my goodness, have reason to show up.
Justin's planned robbery, updated. According to Wyatt Earnhall, Justin Way owed gold to a criminal nicknamed the Eye Taker.
And apart from that, nothing else has changed.
The Eye Taker? That must be some kind of criminal nickname. One you've heard before, Tyrion. Why does that sound so familiar, though? Either way, you need to find out who this Eye Taker is.
What, you never saw the guy on the census records named Phineas T. Eye Taker?
It might be best to ask someone else.
And now I'm never gonna not be able to call him Phineas T. Eye Taker. Why do I do these things to myself? I mean, this ain't a crime scene, but I've also never checked anything.
Several weeds and plant life have grown since you were last here. It doesn't look like anyone has taken care of the yard for the last few years.
Would it kill you two to mow?
But you suppose that's more your fault than anyone else's. Yeah, I want to look around this place. The view of the sea is just as you remember it.
Well, maybe a bit more dark and dreary.
It's probably the only thing that hasn't changed since you left Aranax. Look, if you can't remember who Aster was, I'm not surprised you forgot where you heard about the Eye Taker. That's fair.
Yeah, I suffer from short-term memory loss.
Returning to this house has brought back several memories you have complicated feelings for. These feelings are even more confounded by the blatant vandalism committed by Gavin and Wyatt. Honestly, you'd rather leave this place as soon as possible.
I think my spleen's perforated.
Well then, since you'd rather leave as soon as possible, let's be off. Where should we head?
Just to be sure, you have exhausted all of the conversation options. Huh? Okay. Sorry, thought I remembered there being something else.
Start with the square?
I mean, that's literally just like the...
Oh, that's just the hub?
Yeah. Could maybe have a word with the boss man.
Might be helpful. Oh.
Hey, Tyrion?
Yeah?
Back at the house. What was that all about? I've never seen you get that angry before. And you said that it was your house.
Yeah. It was my house.
It was? Ever since we arrived in the city, you haven't really been yourself.
Ifrit, no!
Ifrit, no! Ifrit! Where are my pants?
If you want to talk about it,
I'm fine. And I don't want to talk about it.
You're not fine. I can see it on your face.
Please, just talk to me.
It's none of your business.
That came out a lot louder than you wanted it to.
Celeste, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Without a word, she quickly walks ahead of you. Aww. Poor BB. Hey, so Justin was gonna rob you? Is this information you would like to know?
No, as it turns out.
I would think this would be information he would like to know.
There's other information you might like to know better.
Hey, someone sabotaged your factory. Is that information you'd like to know? No?
Apparently not. Okay, I appear to have misremembered. Oh, where else are we supposed to go then?
A harbor?
Maybe?
I don't know, I'm just gonna move down the list until we find out where we're supposed to be.
Good plan. Well, no new cutscenes, no new conversation material.
Rika!
Not helping. Okay. Well, it was nice to see you anyway. And both your friends.
I asked her. Yeah, I didn't figure you'd have anything new to say. You goob.
And I guess we could talk to Masorica about the attempted theft, maybe?
I'm gonna hop to the town square just cuz.
Okay.
Those are pretty generic.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm completely drawing a blank here.
Let's talk to... Hey, Rika, do you know anything about this Eye Taker fella?
Now I remember. Rika, do you know a criminal named the Eye Taker?
The Eye Taker? I can't say I've heard of them. Are you in conflict with this villain?
Oh god, here we go
Do
again.
they seek to steal the Eye of Horus from you?
No, not exactly.
At least, you hope not. Either way, it looks like Rika doesn't know who the Eye Taker is. You should try asking someone else. Maybe we're supposed to ask,
Someone who's been around a little more? Someone who's got a good feel for the beat of the city? Someone who's missing an eye?
Oh. Well, when you put it that way, it makes way more sense.
If it makes you feel any better, I only just remembered this bit.
Okay. Hi! Do you know the Eye Taker?
Morrison, do you know about a criminal named the Eye Taker?
The Eye Taker? Where did you hear that name?
So you do know about them.
I do. Nothing to do with how I lost mine. I've learned to keep my distance from it. Or maybe it was. The Eye Taker is the criminal kingpin of the region. Every large criminal undertaking happens.
He's that big of a deal?
Of course he is! More importantly, how did you hear about him?
From what I heard, Justin Way owed him a huge debt.
Justin owed them? I knew he used to run around with a bunch of rogues, but I never imagined. Quite a scary lord.
The Eye Taker might be involved in Justin's death. You think someone like him could be behind this?
Noah disappearing into the void for a few seconds.
Oh, it be the call of the sea lion. I answer it, but only very briefly. Well, there's a saying we have about what happens when you get on his bad side. Let's just say, he reminds you of why he has.
So, you know who the Eye Taker is now. It definitely adds another angle in this case. But there's still some elements of this that don't make sense. You need to take some time to work through it all. But you should go talk to Dracogen first. He'll want to see everything that you found. Now we go back to the refinery.
Now we go back to being Scottish.
Here we are.
Hello, Mr. Cuthbert. I trust you're doing well.
Not really, but thanks for asking.
We are.
For the most part.
I spent some time looking into the accident and the people who knew Justin. I think there might be more to this case than meets the eye.
Oh? Robots in disguise, you say?
You spent some time explaining your findings to Dracogen. He seems troubled when you explain the traces of transmutation that you found on the guardrail. He's even more taken aback when you mention Justin's supposed plan to rob him.
This is quite a lot to take in. Are you missing any valuables in your safe right now? Oh, actually. But what is it? After the accident, I did a careful inspection of the building. When I checked my office, I noticed the lock on the safe was disengaged. The safe was opened? But you said there wasn't anything missing. That's right. When I saw the safe open like that, I was already worried that I'd been robbed. I double checked the contents. Everything was accounted for. Because of that, I just assumed I'd forgotten to lock it. This doesn't make any sense. Maybe it was just a coincidence.
Maybe some of it was counterfeited?
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
I might believe that if it weren't for where my office is located. What do you mean? The walkway that Justin fell from leads to my office. There's a window over there. There's a window there that overlooks the refinery. That would explain why Justin was there in the first place. One of my employees, especially one that isn't alive to defend himself from such accusations.
Good boss.
I just all together. Except for one thing. Why wasn't anything stolen? Well, regardless, I think you have a pretty good case. So, does this mean you'll represent me? After what I've discovered, I won't just stand by and let Von Sanctus have his way. Well spoken. I'm glad to have you on my side. Oh, look at the happy old man face. Oh, look at him. He's a happy dwarf. Regardless of why, someone clearly magically tampered with the site of the accident. I doubt the court will find you at fault for what happened. Though, what's wrong? Civil cases are a lot less strict than criminal cases. If we present evidence suggesting foul play using magic,
They'll treat this exactly like our other cases.
yeah. They might stall the trial until they find out what exactly happened. This accident, all we have to go on is witness accounts. Finding concrete evidence of what happened could very well be impossible.
But the idea of hunting down the mage responsible sounds very tempting.
Looks like you have your work cut out for you. I just hope things turn out okay in the end.
And with Von Sanctus on the other side of this, who knows what might happen. It'd be best to keep your wits about you.
I have wits.
I can't believe this! I have more important things to do than resolve your petty squabbles for you.
Yes, the missing ship of your betrothed. Listen, the sooner you help me resolve this mess with Dracogen, the sooner you can return to being the prince's lapdog. That is to say, once I'm not preoccupied with this case, House Von Sanctus can provide the resources that you and the Inquisition need.
I suppose I don't have a choice, do I? Well, at least this case should be relatively straightforward.
Oh, sweetie, you got a big storm coming!
Why do I have the strangest feeling I'm going to regret you saying that?
Yes, I would like to save my progress. So, given that it is after 10 o'clock, and we've hit a convenient save point, we will shock and confound Arya Steelwind next week.
But before we go, we have a segment on this podcast called Safety Third.
No.
Shake hands with danger.
Wrong YouTube channel.
Oh, I did it again.
Before we go, because I didn't stream last week, and because this is a 3-day weekend, we're going to be doing an additional stream on Monday afternoon.
But it's not going to be this.
Yes, it's not going to be Tyrion Cuthbert, so if you can only come on Friday nights and you're not able to tune in for a stream at 1 o'clock on a holiday Monday, that's totally fine. We're going to be playing a small indie game by a Taiwanese studio. It's called Behind the Frame, the the finest scenery.
It looks like frickin' Ghibli. I love it.
Yes, it's visual novel / puzzler.
So, kind of in the vein of what we're already doing.
Yeah, sort of in the vein of what we're already doing. With a Studio Ghibli art style. And it is about an aspiring artist and the old man who lives in the apartment across the way from her. It's a very cute story. I've already played it all the way through, so Sigma will be the one going in blind this time. It takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to go through absolutely everything. So if you have a little bit of time on Monday afternoon, that stream will be starting at 1 p.m. Eastern.
We'll see you then.
Yes, we will. And in the meantime, thank you to everyone who stopped by.
I don't think you were supposed to straight up exit out of that. Don't you usually just park it on the,
Yeah, usually I do, but I have a...
Oh, good, she planned for that.
Yep, I planned for that.
Well, good news, everyone. You're not going to be subjected to the void.
Yeah, no, I planned ahead for that. Okay, and so thanks for everybody who tuned in, and hopefully we'll see you all next week.
Yes, indeed.
But for now, what does this button do?
Oh, for the love of God, not